Why does it feel like there is never enough time? We rush from the moment we wake up. We chase money. We chase success. We chase the endless list of tasks. Yet, at the end of the day, we feel empty. We wonder, did I actually do anything that mattered? What if the problem is not the size of your day, but how you are filling it? This was the chaos that ruled the life of Teren. He was a young apprentice, sharp and ambitious, a rising star in the bustling city market. His days were a blur of motion. He juggled scrolls for one merchant, balanced ledgers for another, and ran errands for a dozen more. He was everywhere at once, a whirlwind of activity. He skipped meals to save time. He politely declined invitations from friends to finish one more task. On paper, he was a model of success. His masters praised his diligence. His coin purse grew heavier. But at night, alone in his small room, a different feeling took hold. Surrounded by the evidence of his completed tasks, the neat stacks of scrolls and balanced accounts, he felt a profound hollowness. He had done so much, yet he felt like he had accomplished nothing of true value. It was as if he was drowning in an endless sea of tiny, insignificant details. He was drowning in sand, desperate for a solution, for a way to be even more efficient. Teren sought the advice of the city's most respected mind, Master Elian. He lived in a quiet tower overlooking the noisy market, a place of stillness amidst the chaos. Teren climbed the winding stairs, expecting to be handed a complex formula or a secret technique for bending time. He imagined a library filled with ancient texts on productivity. Instead, he found Elian sitting quietly at a simple wooden table. The old scholar was not reading or writing. Before him was an empty glass jar, a pile of large, smooth rocks, a small bag of pebbles, and a bucket filled with fine, golden sand. Teren waited. The silence stretched. Finally, Teren could not contain his impatience. "Master," he began, his voice tight with urgency, "please, you must tell me your secret. How can I fit more into my day? There is always so much to do, and never enough time to do it all." Elian looked up, his eyes calm and clear. He offered no words. Instead, he reached for the large rocks. One by one, he carefully placed them into the empty jar until they reached the very top. No more could possibly fit. He turned to Teren. "Is the jar full?" he asked, his voice soft. Teren looked at the jar, packed with stones. It seemed obvious. "Yes, master, it is full." Elian gave a slight nod. He then picked up the bag of pebbles. He poured them over the large rocks. The small stones rattled and shifted, rolling down into the gaps and spaces between the bigger ones. He shook the jar gently, and a few more pebbles found their place. He looked at Teren again. "Is it full now?" Teren was less certain this time. He hesitated. "Yes," he said, a little more thoughtfully. "Now it is full." Finally, Elian reached for the bucket of sand. He slowly poured the sand into the jar. It cascaded down like a golden waterfall, flowing into every remaining crack and crevice. It filled the tiny spaces around the rocks and the pebbles until the jar was packed to the brim. Not a single grain more could be added. "Now," Elian said, setting the bucket down, "the jar is full." He paused, letting the image sink in. "This jar is your life, Teren. The rocks are the most important things. Your health, your family, and loved ones. Your true passions. The things that, if everything else was lost, would still leave your life full and meaningful." He pointed to the pebbles. "The pebbles are the other things that matter, but are not essential to your core being. Your job, your house, your responsibilities, they are necessary, and they give shape to your life. His gaze then fell upon the sand. And the sand, he said, his voice dropping slightly, is everything else. The small stuff, the busy work, the minor errands, the gossip, the distractions that demand your attention but give nothing back. Elian looked directly at Teren, his gaze piercing. You asked me how to fit more into your day. But you are asking the wrong question. Watch. He gestured to an identical empty jar on the floor. If you put the sand in first, there is no room for the pebbles, and there is certainly no room for the rocks. You are filling your life with sand, Teren, and wondering why your most important rocks do not fit. It was not a lecture, it was a revelation. A bolt of lightning struck Teren's mind. He stared at the jar, at the layers of rock, pebble, and sand. He saw his life. His life was 90% sand. He had been prioritizing the trivial, the urgent but unimportant, and in doing so had left no room for the essential. His health was a rock he neglected. His family was a rock he pushed aside. His own joy was a rock he had forgotten he even owned. He had not been busy. He had been distracted. The weight of his misplaced priorities settled on him, not as a burden, but as a moment of absolute clarity. We do not see Teren again in the tower. The final scene is back in the market weeks later. The air is still thick with shouts and commerce. A merchant runs up to Teren, flustered, beginning to gossip about a rival's mistake. A minor, urgent-sounding task is thrust towards him. The old Teren would have stopped. He would have engaged, sorted it out, filled his time with that grain of sand. But this is the new Teren. He simply smiles, a genuine, unhurried smile. He shakes his head gently. Not today, he says, his voice calm and firm, and he walks away. He walks past the chaos, past the endless demands for his attention. He is headed home, where his family is waiting to share a meal. He is on his way to a rock. He is doing less, but for the first time in a very long time, he is living more. Thank you for watching. Remember to focus on your rocks first. The moral is that if we fill our time with the small, trivial things first, we will never have room for the things that truly matter. We must prioritize the rocks, our health, loved ones, and passions before we let the sand of life fill the gaps.